This girl's an absolute savage for this. This person said that when she was in high school, she was kind of like Hermione Granger. She was awkward, but she got A's on every single test, and she always understood everything the teacher was saying. She was the type of person that would read history books during the summer break, constantly raising her hand in class, answering every single question. Well, that behavior got her picked on quite a bit by a certain group of people in her history class. They would constantly be teasing her behind her back, but she could hear everything. It made her very uncomfortable and sad. But the thing is, even though they were mean to her behind her back, they would always cheat off her test every chance they got. The tests in that history class were very difficult, and they knew she would know the answers. These kids were cheating off her for most of the year, but over some time, she started feeling weird about this. She felt like these kids were using her, because they never showed her any respect, but they always cheat off her tests. Well, it was the final history exam. It was a 50-question, multiple-choice test, and it was for 30% of their entire grade. The stakes couldn't be higher. For this specific test, the teacher made sure the questions were incredibly hard. As soon as the tests were passed out, she looked through it, and she knew every single answer. Well, she noticed her peers on both sides of her getting ready to peek and copy what she does, and the people next to them were looking over on their test to copy what they copied off of her. It was as if the entire class was waiting for her answers. She answered the first 3 questions accurately. Then for the rest of the test, she purposely filled in the wrong answer for each question. She made sure the other kids could see her answers. Then, when she finished, she just sat there, waited, and stared in front of her. The time was running out, and her classmates all began nervously turning their tests in. When there was 5 minutes left in the class, she stood up abruptly. She crumpled her test paper up and threw it in the garbage. She then went to the teacher's desk and grabbed the new test. She said the other students were stunned, watching her in disbelief. The teacher said, "You know there's only 5 minutes left, right? You better hurry." She says, "Don't worry, I'll get it done." She then sat down and began answering the questions in a whirlwind. A, B, C, D, D, A, C, B, D, C, A, B. Everyone was staring at her. With 10 seconds left in the class, she turned it in. She said the kids that cheated off her looked pale and sickly, as if they were about to throw up. It was that moment that they knew that she screwed them over. At that point, there was nothing that they could say or do. She was the only student in that class that got an A. Everyone else failed. Oddly enough, after what she did, she was treated with much more respect, even though she screwed those kids over, and she wasn't cheated off of ever again. Genius.